I'll just put it in the chat window. Yeah, so this File Hippo, this website is like a repository for all your softwares. Get
Okay.
the older versions also.
Oh, got it.
Download. Finally. What?
That's the old one, right? Windows.
FileHippo and Adobe are offering 13% off Acrobat Pro Document Cloud. This offer is available for new subscribers when they sign up. Key features include
There is a
scan to
video. Just pause it now.
mobile device.
What happened? It's not downloading?
I don't know. I thought it was. It didn't start, right?
No, it didn't start. It's still going round and round.
Yeah, what is it doing?
It's still going round and round here.
Yeah.
Too many advertisements.
Yeah. Good thing I have ad block on the other one.
It is a Firefox, right? Your program is downloading now. Alright. Now copy link. Cancel. Did it start? Can you copy the other link that I put up in the chat window? Alright. Save it. Save and say okay. Now we can close the Firefox.
Replace, right?
Hmm?
Replace it.
Um, you can keep both.
Keep that.
Hmm. Oops. What is this?
Let's do the installation. Already installed.
So, where is our current installation?
Like this one.
This one?
Is it?
Just a second. Preferences. ones or maybe help. .com. There should be something. Okay, this is 53. Okay, compounds. No, no it's coming anyways. Yeah, or maybe yahoo.com. Right? So we wanted a common XPath for all of these.
Okay.
Yeah, so drop your XPath here, whichever you have already written.
I don't want to do. It's not. No matching. No.
Just a second. Mm, okay, so it's not giving anything, right?
No.
That is why I've told you not to pick numbers.
Okay.
That's what happens. It works one day and it doesn't work the other day.
Why is that?
The numbers are generated randomly from the code.
Yeah.
So when developing the web application called yahoo.com, they have written the code in such a way that it generates a new ID every time.
Okay.
So the IDs keep changing. So if you see numbers, it means that it's gonna be a dynamic web element. So, okay. So one of the common XPath for all of these, see, there's some ID, but still it's different. Okay. So slash LA slash A slash UL slash stuff. Oh, and if that contained I equal to mango top bar slash UL. 10 matching nodes, all of the 10. Here's what I wanted.
Did it work?
Yes, it worked. You can see there's blue lines around all the web elements. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I
like
just,
10 matching nodes also. So how did I do this?
yeah.
Came here. Oh, just keep this somewhere. Just copy this somewhere.
Okay.
You want to keep it right.
Okay.
Okay. So came here, inspecting element, inspecting file path. Okay. So when I keep my mouse, it shows that one of them is each of the elements, right? The one thing highlighting in yellow. Okay.
Okay, got
So that means li slash a is going to be the required output. So what I did, I wrote slash li slash a, then started navigating up.
Where'd you get the A from? Oh, this bottom part right here?
The
The
one,
LIA?
the one highlighted in blue,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, the tag, the
Yeah,
starting, the very beginning is A,
yeah.
right?
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Then slash ul is also having some junk,
Yeah.
so I went one more level up. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
slash the id and at the rate id equal to whatever. Okay, whatever the id, I have just copied it. Mega tab bar. Okay, now I don't see a necessity to navigate one more upper level, so I put the double slash. When I say enter, I get all my results, all my matching results.
Okay.
Okay, so I just identified common pattern. What is the pattern in the HTML to get all
Yeah.
of these? Okay, so now
Okay.
you can get for what was the second question? Mhm.
Trending, right?
Where the hell is it? I texted in the group or no? I didn't give it in the group. It was there in yesterday's chat window. Like Disha texted everyone whatever I was dictating. Okay, and the question was to get links for these inspect. Okay, okay. Now, same thing. Paste. Yeah.
We don't have to
After.
go up to A.
No, no. We don't have to go over A. We have to go over the next one. Div slash ul slash li slash a. Done. Okay. Oh, I didn't go over A because what I want is inside the div. It's not inside A. and A is a sibling of div. It's not a parent of div, so I don't have to go over A. When you see these arrow marks, those two are on the same level, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that means they are siblings. It's easy to
Okay.
figure out.
Okay.
Okay, so when I see few things even far off, this li
Yeah.
and this li are siblings.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. This will be the XPath for these extra elements. And then if I wanted to get what, yeah, I wanted to get the common links for these, the titles. So this is what, this is the whole section. Okay. So it's slash u, then going all up, slash a, slash h3, a slash div, slash div, slash div. I'm just going one by one up
Okay.
till
All
I
the way to the.
till I get some valid ID. Li, that means is a sibling. UL slash UL at the rate ID equal to stream. Okay,
Okay.
what the hell? No matching notes. Undo. Because no matching notes because
Slash.
double slash. I got 7 matching notes now. Why is everything in blue? Okay, it's gone.
That shows all the news, right?
Right. So this is how you get a common XPath. Get like inspect one of them, then take the XPath and keep navigating up, up, up. Okay, keep navigating up so that you'll get to the one you want.
Okay. And the ones that are like on the same line, there you skip that because they're siblings.
Sorry?
The ones that are like the ones that are like at the same
Hala.
level, you
Yeah,
skip that.
these are siblings. So this is the one we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will skip this.
Okay.
And then here, this is the one which we want, the one which is already expanded form. So we skip this.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So there is a heading 3. Instead of here span, here give you all the titles. So U contains the hyperlink for the entire stuff. So that wherever you click on the card, it is going to take you to the news, right? So if you want only the titles, it's inside the span, as you can see. So instead of U, you can take the span. You'll get all the titles.
Okay.
Okay. Mm, okay. Then
span is usually with the titles you said?
No. There's nothing like usually. Span can contain any text with special formatting
Okay.
like H3P, H1, H2, H3. Span is one more tag used for special text formatting.
Okay.
Then, so the title is written in the span
Okay.
and the text in the black is actually written in the next div. This is the place where the black text is written actually.
Okay.
And so when I hover on it, it's highlighted in blue. That is the reason.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So comfortable with experts now?
Yeah, a lot better now.
Okay. So if you're comfortable with experts, then what's the time now? Are we done with that time? No, we still have 15 minutes. Right. Okay. So I just the F12 key on your keyboard.
F12.
F12 on the top. Right. That opens the file path.
Got
Like
it. Okay.
in any browser. Any browser, if you want to see the HTML code,
Yeah.
that opens.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, getting out of file path. Great. So, looking at this website, it is quite complicated, right?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff on it, lot of stuff on it. Unlike the Google website where you just have very little stuff. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Alright, so being a tester, your job is to validate if things are working correctly or not.
Okay.
It could be ethically correct or morally correct
Yeah.
or correct to the eye. When you see it should appear fine without
Yeah.
any distortions or out of orders. And so that is called UI testing. UI is a user interface. Whatever is visible to you is called a UI.
Okay.
Okay, so UI testing or so coming to ethical testing, it is called as security testing.
Okay.
Okay, so you just follow your ethics that and rules that someone should not be able to access others stuff like contacts, photos and all. So they have a security layer with the help of the sign in option.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
So that is called security testing. Okay. Then okay. So that is why testing is required to make sure everything is working fine as per the given requirements or as per the um, whatever is looking good types. Okay.
Okay.
So to make sure that everything is working fine, we do this. When testing, we have to assure that the quality of the product or the software is fine, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So if something is not as expected or not so good, okay, so if something is not so good, then we call them as defects or bugs. If something is
Yeah.
not looking good or something is not working as expected, okay,
Yeah.
then during testing we might have so many roles like QA, quality analyst, then senior
Yeah.
QA, lead QA, like the team lead, then your manager, and so many other stuff with the people and staff on and above. So QA works in collaboration with the developer in a agile methodology. So both of them sit together and work in parallel. Okay.
Okay.
So the developer develops something and he says immediately to you that I have developed something, and you immediately check it
Okay.
right after the development, not after completing the entire product and then give it to you. Like we have Uber to book
Yeah.
our cabs. So he would be developing the enter destination window and giving it
Yeah.
to you, not the entire Uber application. So one by one. So that is how agile. I mean, as the word suggests, we just go with the flow. Agile as in smooth. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So in any company or organization, all this product or projects happen in a flow called SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle.
Yeah.
Right. So what does this software development life cycle contains? It contains of few phases called um, the first one is requirement gathering,
Yeah.
then
That's what the business analysts do, right? Requirement
right,
and
right.
okay.
So after requirement gathering, we will have what do you call? Testers will be developing test cases, and the developers will be doing the designing and implementation in parallel.
Yeah.
Okay, two branches. After
Okay.
design and implementation, after developing your test cases, you both go together and get into testing, the actual testing part.
Yeah.
After testing, you would hand over the project to the customer.
Okay.
So that is all software development life cycle. Okay, but uh, the time restrictions, and so you have told the customer that you would be giving the product to him after 3 months. Okay, so
Yeah.
you are gathering requirements in the first 2 weeks, then developing, then testing. You made note of all the bugs that you have, and then you release the software. Okay,
Okay.
so when releasing the software, it still has some bugs. Okay, which
Yeah.
is not good. That is why the agile stuff has come into picture, wherein uh, the development and testing, like the design and implementation phase and testing
Yeah.
phase, go hand in hand, not to waste time. And the time which is allocated for the testing is actually allocated for bug fixes and retesting.
Okay.
Okay. So you're testing hand in hand with the developer, and whenever there are bugs, you're just fixing them immediately. So by the end of the same 3 months, you deliver a better project, which is in a better shape and in advanced, good performance and everything. Okay, and sometimes we might have change of requirements. Okay, it's been 1.5 month, right? And then Firefox 53 became Firefox 55 or 56.
Yeah.
So your fire path should be upgraded to support the 55, 56 versions as well. Okay.
Okay.
So the Firepath guy, assume that is a developer guy. So the requirements have changed for him that he should be supporting the Firefox latest also.
Yeah.
Right. So something that he has developed has to be changed. In the regular SDLC, after the release they will change it. But in agile process, at the point of 1.5 month, they'll stop wherever they are, consider the new requirements, make the changes as much as possible, and be on par with the client's status.
Yeah.
Right? So
Okay.
that is more about agile. In this methodology, we cannot create a lot of documents with all the requirements and detailed explanation because we have less time. Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of creating so many documents, we have so many meetings. So the BA talks to the customer and then he creates a story rather than a document in which you need so much of formatting and spell checking and grammar. He just uses some tool like Jira and creates a story. Okay. In that story, he will mention the summary as in the title of the new requirement and then the description. Okay, and then he don't have to, then he attaches some screenshots if in case he is having something.
Okay.
Okay, so that is when the tools like Jira or HP Quality Center or ALM, all these come into picture. So using one of these tools, he'll pick up the stories. The developer, whoever is working, is will pick up the stories from there, start working, and set and mark it as done or not done or not feasible or some whatever the result is. If you're writing the same thing in a Word document, how difficult is it to track all these changes? You write beside the heading that it is done, but you have to open the document and scroll down, and there might be a chance that you are missing it. In tools like Jira and all, you'll have filters to select what is closed, what is completed, what is not completed. All those options are there. So the tracking also becomes easy if we are working in Agile and a tool like Jira which is Agile based. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when testing in day-to-day life, we have a lot of types of testings, different testings. Okay, so testings might vary in different categories. First category is something like black box testing, white box testing and gray box testing. Okay, that means black box testing means all the code is hidden in a black box. You don't see the code. You don't see the stuff. It's like the black box in the airplane. You know that there is something over there. But
Yeah.
you get some output, which is your website, yahoo.com maybe. You just test it in the UI. You don't go into the code and check if the code is written correctly or not. Okay. Then there is this white box testing in which even the code is open to the tester and the UI as well. So the tester has to check the UI and also check the code. In the
Okay.
code, you will go and check whether they have written some extra lines of code which is waste, For example, um, there is for each loop. Okay,
Yeah.
so for element colon elements. Okay, then you
Okay.
will start parenthesis and write your code. Instead of that, the developer had written like for I equal to 0, I less than element start length, I plus plus. Inside that, element equal to elements index of I, and so on. So, something that can be written in lesser number of words was written in 2 lines.
Okay.
Right? So you're not using the facilities that are given by Java. All those sort of issues you'll have to identify in white box testing.
Okay.
So the
That's a little more difficult, right, to understand the code.
yeah, it needs more perfection towards the code. So being a Selenium tester, that means you already know Java. That means you can understand Java if someone else has written some code. So you might be asked to get into someone else's code and check if it is correct or not. Sometimes. Yeah, that happens when you're an automation tester because you're supposed to know the coding part as well, right?
Yeah.
Then there is a gray box testing wherein you test only half of the code. You don't test the full code.
Okay.
Okay, so you have some configurations in the code, not the exact Java code, but in Java we have these properties files that we have seen. Some properties are something.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're asked to verify only those properties, not the entire code. Okay, in those properties we usually specify something like database details or IP address, something like that. So if they are correct or not, you have to check. So that is gray box testing. You go into code but you do only partial verification. Right? So this is one way of classifying testing. Then we have another way of classifying testing, which is by the level of development. Okay, so first when developing, I have like 10 pages in my application. Okay, like one page is for example, Amazon. One page is to display the list of results. The other page is to display the user profile. The other page is to display whatever orders you have already made. The other page is your cart and one more is home page, right? So
Okay.
you have 5 pages. When developing each of the page, I will do some testing myself when developing so that each of the page is working fine. Okay. So in cart, you remove items, add items, you see the total amount, then you click on the checkout and so on, right? So that is testing each and in every individual module is called as unit testing. Okay, so mostly the developer will be doing the unit testing, right? Then after unit testing, we integrate all the stuff together and make a complete website and then start testing if you are able to search and get into the list page. From the list page, you add to a cart and go to the cart page. From the cart page, you go to your orders page. From there, you might get into your profile page. So everything is jumbled now. Everything is interlinked now. After everything is interlinked, if you do that testing of the integration, that is called system integration testing, SIT,
Okay.
right? After system integration testing, you do something called system testing or performance testing. Okay, that means the actual functionality is working fine. Whatever it is supposed to be doing, is it working fine?
yeah,
And the same website should be working fine on IE, Mozilla, Firefox, Opera, Safari, everything. Right.
yeah,
And then if thousands of users all across the world are attacking my website should not suffer traffic issues. Google, how many people would be using every minute, every second? It should still be quick, working in a jiffy, right?
yeah. So they have to test based off of traffic too.
That is called load testing.
Okay.
Load, put up some load of 100 users, put up some load of 10,000 users. That is called load testing. So load testing is usually performed using tools like JMeter, SOAP UI, Load UI. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have stress testing. You give a very big search query and still your system should not break down. You give
Yeah.
some dirty special characters. Like the other day you were giving boxes in your code. I think
Okay.
somewhere. Right. So all sorts of weird scenarios. You stress your application. You stretch it. You kill it literally. Right. And then you have something called globalization testing. Means you should be able to access the website from anywhere in the world, independent of your laptop's location. Okay.
Okay.
Then there was a breakdown. So the machine which was containing my database was shut down due to a power outage, which rarely happens. Right. So
Yeah.
immediately after the power is back, when I ran my generator or battery backup or something, immediately the website should start working. That is called recovery testing. And
Okay.
we have security testing, then we have usability testing. So then we have UI testing. So UI testing means we have thousands of items on the yahoo.com page and one of them overlaps on the other. Everything is coming up. The functionality is fine, but everything is coming on each other. So it's not quite usable by a person like me.
Yeah. Okay. So it's
So
like overlapping and everything.
overlapping and everything looks grumpy. Right, so that is not usable. This kind of testing is called usability testing.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And then installations. If it is an application like Uber, they have to do a hell lot of installations on Windows phones, on Android, on iOS, and
Yeah.
on any sort of customized operating systems, which these days mobiles like OnePlus is giving so many customized operating systems, right?
Yeah. Way too many.
So installation testings. So as part of system testing, you should be able to do all these sorts of testing. This is one type. Then before giving to the user, the BA, the business analyst, would do one different kind of testing to meet
Okay.
the requirements. Okay,
Yeah.
that is called user acceptance testing. Okay. So in user acceptance testing, there is again alpha testing and beta testing, like the first version testing and the advanced testing,
Yeah.
basic testing and advanced testing, right? So this is one way of classification at different levels of development. Okay, and the other way of classification was to classify it as functional testing, UI testing, or I have made some changes. Based on those changes, I'll not test the entire application. I'll test only those changes which are dependent on what I have made changes to. Right. So that is called regression testing. Okay.
Okay.
So installation, recovery, performance, load, stress. This is another type of classification of testing. So there are multiple types of classifications. and few of them are these, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is mostly about manual testing in theory. And then, so when testing, what do you need? You need some reference, like requirements, but requirements will not help you in testing perfectly. For example, there is one scenario in the requirements that the UI should contain the latest news and the top searched topics on the right. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
the latest clicked best photographs. This is one requirement. Okay.
Yeah.
When you say that the page should contain the latest clicked best photographs, the first doubt I get is, should all the photographs be displayed one after the other like icons or tiles or like a list, like a details, how we see in the laptop?
Yeah.
Or should there be a sliding thing, like keeps on scrolling one after the other?
Yeah.
So how should it be? So those details are not present in your requirements. So including all those details, you have to write test cases. For example, the requirement was to show it up in the cards, the scrolling cards. Okay,
Yeah.
so the test case would be something like verify the photographs are displayed or not. That would be my test case summary. And after summary, I will be writing a lot of steps in the test case. The first step is like photos should be displayed. The second step is like on clicking next, the next photo should come up. On clicking previous, the previous photo should come up. And the next step is like wait for 10 seconds. The next photo should appear on its own. That
Yeah.
means it should be scrolling. And the next requirement is like click on any of the photograph and it should take you to the details of the photograph.
Okay.
Alright. And then the next step would be like on each of the photograph, the title of the photograph or the place where it was clicked and the author of the photograph should be displayed.
Okay.
And this should be on the left corner or in the center or in the right corner or in the bottom of the page, that I should show it up in my test case. So all these details I provide in writing test cases. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the format for writing test cases usually? Let me open up something. Work. Come on. So then there are two types of writing test cases. One is called high-level scenarios, wherein you just write something similar to the requirements, just one liner. Okay, you don't give all the steps, right?
Yeah.
You just write um, do this, do this, do this, and then in single line. Okay, those are called high-level scenarios. And then there's something called detailed test cases. What the hell was that? Give me a second, I'm just searching for some test cases.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have to connect to VPN. And yeah, my office stuff. That's what I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
Mm. You see my screen? You got my screen?
Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm. It's loading. Why is it so slow? Sure. So Q Q Q Q Q cooler. Alright. So these are the detailed test cases. This is how it looks like. So we'll have serial number or test case ID, whatever you might call it like. Okay. And then you have the summary. Like I said, only one liner describing the test case will be similar to the requirements. Okay. Then you have a large number of steps. Like in after the steps, you have something called expected result. You got my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have something called expected result.
Okay.
Okay. So when you are doing whatever operation that you are doing, like clicking, selecting, or viewing and looking at something, right? Those are coming under steps. And after clicking, what should happen? After clicking on submit in line number 12 of my Excel sheet, what should happen?
Resource graph should be shown.
Right. So all these should happen. There are
Okay,
a lot of things that should happen once I click on submit. For
okay.
example, you have a form, you fill in the details and you click on submit. Okay, once you fill in the form, once you click on submit, whatever you have submitted in the form should be posted to the database of the opposite person, whoever is requesting that form from you, right?
Yeah.
And you should see a success message, and you should have an option to submit another form. So multiple things should happen on a single click. All those things you write in separate lines. You do not combine them. Okay, because if one of them fails, I'll add a column here saying that status. Okay, then my result is that I have 6 or 7 expected results here for one
Yeah.
action. When I have 7 expected results, all of these were fine except that this one is fail. Okay, and this is pass.
Please
This is
pass.
pass, for
That's
example.
pass.
So if I combine them using and or like or, if I combine them, I will not be able to mark the status easily. Okay,
Okay.
so I usually separate them. I mean, anyone usually separate all your expected results and write them in a new line. Okay,
Okay.
so this is how you usually write test cases. And This also helps to add verification points in automation. Okay, you added a verification point for this and forgot to add a verification point for this when developing your automation suite. Okay, so this makes easier. You have another column for automation status. You mark it as yes, 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 automated, automated, automated for everything. Okay, that helps, right? Yeah. So this is the standard template for writing test cases, and there might be additional columns like just now I had added status. Then there might be a column like automated, yes or no. There might be column like when the date of execution, like when did you run it. So there are a lot of other columns, but these are the mandatory ones, whatever are present here right now. The test case number, test case summary, steps, expected result. Okay.
Okay.
And when writing test cases, you should be very elaborate, because you write test cases and after 2 years you quit the job, someone else takes up your place and they want to look into your application. The test cases are the medium through which they will understand the application.
Okay.
Right?
So
So,
basically, like this sheet right here, right?
yeah. So whatever you are supposed to do in the application, each and everything you have to cover in a
Yeah.
detailed way in the test cases. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. I'd want you to write only the summary for yahoo.com. Okay? Only these summaries. Like high level scenarios. Okay, there is this website ready in front of you called yahoo.com. I'm searching for Yahoo in Google. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my same expression. Like this guy. Yeah, and then, okay, so my first test case is that I should be having all these links over here, and all the extra links should come down in here. For India website, we have only limited links, so I see very few in the more thingy. Okay.
Okay.
Then I should be able to see my user sign in here, and
Yeah.
I should be see my mail. Then the training details, the weather details. Yeah,
Okay.
it's raining badly. That was why I was stuck yesterday.
Oh man.
Alright, and then these like news. What is this? The trending news,
Yeah.
and then the most interested news over here. Okay, so
Okay.
when you scroll down, like I came to the last, and few more news should be loading.
Okay.
Okay, and then these privacy terms and stuff should be there.
Oh wow. So much detail.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And then all these images should load perfectly. There should not be any like image not found icons.
Yeah.
And then you have like the department of the news
Okay.
and the source of the news and a little bit of description and what you want to do with the news. There's like comments,
Yeah.
and there's like your favorite topic,
Yeah.
and there's like share. So these three icons should be present against each and every news.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll have a bunch of scenarios for sure. Okay, and then here you should have an option to switch your country. When I click on this, it takes me to the list of the countries. Right? And then There is one more hidden test case here. Why did India come up? Because my laptop's location is India right now. That
Yeah.
is one test case as well. Like I was telling you, right? Globalization testing.
Oh, okay. So when you put in yahoo.com, it just goes to India Yahoo.
Yes, it does. It does go to ian.yahoo.com.
Okay.
And if I say, I'm saying google.com, right?
Yeah.
It shifted to google.co.in. Google
Oh,
India. So,
okay.
so that's globalization testing. Let that come into picture.
Got it.
Right, so you get a lot of scenarios, don't worry.
Okay.
So try to write such scenarios. That will be your assignment of over the weekend. Okay.
So what am I writing exactly?
So pick some Excel sheet, write
Yeah.
line by line continuously, no breaks required. Like one, verify yahoo.com first page. I mean, whatever that opens, the first page, you should have a logo. Then the second scenario is when I click on home, it should take me to home. Then one scenario is when I click on Yahoo logo, it should reload the home page.
Okay.
Then when I click on something, it should give me suggestions like this.
Yeah.
Okay. When I click on search, it should give me relevant results. Don't worry about the results.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there is a big bug. Okay. When I
Okay.
clicked on home, I see this cards. When I clicked on Yahoo, and maybe I started searching like this and came back, the cards were gone. I could not see the cards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a bug. But who knows when it's gonna come.
Yeah.
Right. And then search and click on the logo. You should get back to home page. Okay. Yeah. So write as many scenarios as possible. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. All right.
All
When
right.
you catch up on what? Monday.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Happy weekend.
Yeah, see you too.